Right out of the gate, both speakers are backpack friendly and built to endure the great outdoors. The Flip 7 weighs about 560 grams, or just over a pound, and is shaped a lot like your standard plastic water bottle. It's compact, cylindrical, and easy to slide into a side pocket. It also comes with a secure, clip-it-in, seatbelt style carabiner and a finger loop attachment, so you can hang it from a tree branch or clip it to your backpack. Just keep in mind it tends to dangle, so while it's great for portability, it's not ideal if you're after precise directional sound. The Soundlink Flex is slightly larger, but weighs almost the same. It's around 589 grams. It also has a built-in loop for hanging, but no carabiner included, and the loop is not replaceable. So if it wears out or if it snaps, that's it, that's all. Now, both speakers are also fully dustproof and waterproof, but this is where they start to split. The Flip 7 is IP68 rated, which means it's totally protected from dust and can handle deeper submersion than the Soundlink Flex. The Flex, on the other hand, carries an IP67 rating, but it floats. This could be a game changer if you get a little carried away listening to your favorite yacht rock tunes by the pool. Trust me, I know. So, while the Flip 7 can technically handle deeper water, the Flex is more likely to not sink if it falls in. Now when it comes to controls, I definitely prefer the Flip 7's physical buttons. They're raised, tactile, and some are even backlit, so you can use them easily even in the dark. The Bose buttons in comparison are recessed and kinda mushy feeling. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely less satisfying. You have to press harder to make sure that your commands register. Bose does have an ace up its sleeve though. It includes a shortcut button. You can set it to launch Spotify or trigger your phone's voice assistant because unlike the Flip 7, the Soundlink Flex actually has a built-in microphone. Now in terms of connectivity, the Flip 7 uses Bluetooth 5.4 and the Soundlink Flex uses Bluetooth 5.3. Technically, 5.4 is newer and has a stronger signal and better range, but honestly, I didn't notice a real difference in my everyday use with these two speakers. Both hold a solid connection, and both also offer multi-point pairing so you can switch devices without a fuss. Now when it comes to audio quality, both speakers step things up, but in different ways. The Flip 7, in typical JBL fashion, uses the basic SBC codec for Bluetooth, but you can get lossless, high-quality audio by connecting over USB-C. Something I'm not going to use that often personally, but it is a great option if you're a stickler for audio quality. The Soundlink Flex doesn't do USB-C audio, but it does support the AAC codec, and with a compatible phone, let's be real here. These are portable mono speakers that we're going to be using while chatting at the beach or by the fire with our pals. Don't worry about a speaker being only SBC. They're for fun, not for forensic listening. Now, moving on to companion app support, of course you can pair either of these speakers with an identical speaker for stereo performance, or other speakers from the same brand for a series of speakers that provide synchronized mono playback. The Flip 7 now uses Auracast to connect to other Auracast JBL speakers like the Charge 6, Clip 5, or the Extreme 4. Bose, come on, a 3-band EQ, just bass, middle, and treble sliders? It's 2025, guys, we can do better than that. With the Flip 7, you get a 7-band EQ, which is a huge step up in customization. That said, brands like Soundcore are out there offering a 9-band EQ, so honestly, there's still room for both of these companies to step it up. But between the two, JBL gives you more control over your sound, no question. Now, when it comes to battery life, it's pretty similar between these two units. The Bose offers 12 hours, while the Flip 7 offers 14 hours, or up to 16 if you turn on JBL's Playtime Boost, which is basically just an EQ setting that cuts down the bass so the speaker doesn't have to work as hard. In real world use, listening at normal volumes, you'll probably get around 9 to 10 hours off a single charge from either one. Nothing crazy, pretty average for speakers of this size. Moving on to sound quality. Alright, so both the Flip 7 and the Soundlink Flex 2nd Gen sound really solid for portable Bluetooth speakers, but they've got some key differences in how they're tuned, and as mentioned, how much control you actually get over that tuning. So let's start with what you hear right out of the box. The Soundlink Flex delivers better bass straight away. Kick drums hit harder and you get a bit more clarity in the treble, which really helps with details and things like vocals or piano notes. The Flip 7, on the other hand, leans more towards the mid-range, so snare drums, guitars, vocals really pop, which makes rock and punk songs sound very in your face. Now here's where the Flip 7 has the advantage, and that's its customization. If those mids are a little too much for you, you can easily dial them back thanks to that 7-band EQ, and bump up the bass if you're more into EDM, and adjust any treble frequencies while you're there. You can actually get something that sounds a lot closer to the Soundlink Flex, or just tailor it exactly how you like. The Bose, like I said, they're living in the past, man, only giving you a 3-band EQ, bass, mids, and treble, but its advantage is that it sounds really good out of the box. You just don't have those same fine-tuning options. sounds. Next, let's talk about power. The Flip 7 is rated at 35 watts, while the Soundlink Flex, well, we have no idea how many watts this thing's rated at because Bose won't tell me, or you for that matter. Now, of course, wattage doesn't always equal loudness. We measure that in decibels, but higher wattage does mean the speaker can handle more power, which usually translates to stronger output, better dynamics, and potentially louder sound overall, especially at higher volumes. In the end, as I mentioned, both speakers sound great for their size. While I find the Flip 7 can get a little louder than the Flex, sound quality on both these units still starts to degrade once you get closer to max volume. 70% on your phone is sort of the sweet spot. Anything higher and you start to experience some harsh mid-range and audible distortion. If it's volume, output, and party power you're after, especially for outdoor listening, you'll need to consider a bigger speaker.